The following program is in no way affiliated with Rollins College, Rollins College Athletics, or any Rollins College entity. The opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect those of Rollins College, the City of Winter Park, Florida, or the American Board of Obstetrics and Gynecology.
Welcome to
You Can't Say That.
Quite honestly, I was really disappointed in the last game.
Yeah.
I expected big things. This was more controlled. The problem being, and Biff, you need to take this and run with it. They're still not getting tested.
No.
And they could get blown away. You've got Florida, Southern, Lynn, and Eckerd, all who could be, on any given night, take them apart if they play up to their top potential.
That is absolutely true. That's what we saw last year. That's what we see I think we've seen the last 3 years. But this year, I think it's much more prevalent. They are not, because they're not tested, we don't know what team we're watching out here. They were supposed to blow away Warner.
Right.
This was one of those games that's put on the schedule to ease into the season.
Right. Absolutely.
And I think they're easing in a little bit. I mean, yeah, they got tested by Valdosta. They don't only got tested, they got beaten by Valdosta. And that was the first real team they played this year. And back to what you were saying, that they're going to move up in the rankings. They're not moving up in the rankings after these games. I say when the rankings come out, they will be down to 20, 21.
I'm going to disagree with you fiercely there. I'm going to say Rollins will move to 15, possibly even 14. But here is the key, and I applaud you. I applaud you, Biff, for what you bring to this, because I have to tell you, you look. They're not going to get tested until they go to Las Vegas for the Great Western Shootout. Now, you're talking about the 11th of December.
Yep.
They come back. Oh, here's where they're going to be tested. We're all going to eat some fruit at the Winter Park Rotary Tournament. They've got Flagler, Winston-Salem, and Washington Adventist. Biff, they're not even getting tested until January.
Yeah.
When they see Eckerd and Barry, and Florida Southern, they're not going to really be tested until then. This is the story that's coming out now. This is the story.
I don't know. I've got to just about the rankings. I'm sorry. They're right about not being tested. They were tested once. They played one team that was actually on par with them,
Which would be Valdosta.
And they what?
I think Valdosta is really considered a top favorite this year. I think
where's Valdosta? Let's look at the rankings. Take a quick look at the rankings. Where's Valdosta on there?
Valdosta, you have them showing at, very quickly.
Where's Valdosta on those rankings?
Valdosta is not in the rankings.
That is correct.
We're looking at the NABC Division II preseason.
Yes. So we are going to have.
But I
Rollins
believe
College
you're going to see. I will say
20,
this.
21.
I'm going to go on the limb. I'm going to go out on a limb. They're going to be Valdosta is going to be in the top 20 on the new poll.
And Rollins will be below them.
I think Rollins will improve. I think Rollins is going to move up.
Rollins is moving down.
Well, I have to say, in the last couple of years, you have been dead on. Biff Hole, ladies and gentlemen, dead on every ranking that he's ever called. I do think this one's going to be different, and I do think Rollins.
2021.
Because the coaches don't see these games.
2021. They only see the
scores.
The coaches
don't see the games.
That's right. They look at the scores. 2021. They're going to look at that they were beat by 10 points. They're going to go down in the rankings, 20 to 21.
I'm going to say they're going to move up. And at this point, and since they don't go until January without being tested, they're going to need to move up. I think that pretty much covers where the story of this game is. And now we go on to, I believe, tomorrow night or the next night?
They don't play again until Monday night. And that's
you know what? I'm sure glad I didn't show up, because I would have been at an empty arena.
Yeah, they're playing Monday night. They're playing against Puerto Rico, and that should be an interesting game. But for right now, let's just take a break, and we'll be right back.
That's it!
all the Beaver comparisons. For the last time, it's not Beaver. It's Keanu Reeves. Beaver's hair is symmetrical all around. It is shaggy and circumvents his head. My hair, on the other hand, clearly has front-to-back flow, just like Keanu Reeves. We even do the same hand brush back with our hair all the time. See? God, everything's a joke with you. That's why we lost to the Browns. God, you guys are such dicks.
And we're back. So,
yes, we are.
Yes, we are. All right, Scott.
We're going to finish this up. I think put this one to bed as the Rollins Tars take apart Warner. They're not even Warner Southern. They're the Warner Royals.
Right, Warner Royals.
91-75. We've tried to cover it from an insightful point of view, and now we're just going to hand this over to Biff, because Biff is really, he's. I mean, I have to say, you've got your hands wrapped around this team. I mean, from an inside-out perspective,
there you go.
You
yes,
know
I do.
What's going on. Now, we can't get a guest back. We will never get another guest, because between me getting Kyle Frakes a little rocked up and you with Coach K, I don't know, but
we'll get our guest back. But here's my prediction.
Yes,
we'll end it with a prediction again. I predict this game is going to be very close, if not a loss for Rollins, matching last year's
against Puerto Rico.
Against Puerto Rico.
Oh, I absolutely think you are sniffing something. I mean, I have to say I was hard on them on the first game. The first game we covered, I should say, the first game we covered for them. Mm-hmm. And I think they could have a really tough season in the sense that once they get to tournament time, if they don't get more tests in and look a little bit sharper, I think they're going to have a great record on paper. But there is no way, as long as Robertson shows up, Wolf shows up, McFall shows up. I was going to say Durkin, but he's on the bench with an injury. There's no way. They will have no problem. I'm going to say beating Puerto Rico and take this one to the bank. I tried to get everyone to take the last one to the bank. Beating Puerto Rico by 25. And the only reason it won't be more is Coach K has a kind heart and he won't want to beat anybody into the ground.
Okay. With that, last year we had the same discussion.
Yes,
same game.
Yes, we did.
Same exact.
Not the same players.
All right. All right. Maybe not the same players. Same game. Same what I would call trap game.
Yes.
A game they're supposed to win by 10, 20, 30 points. Not going to happen.
Klusman isn't there to bury people, though. He's not there to bury other teams.
And the problem is, he's not there to bury people. And you let this team back in. Now, I'm not sure what their roster is. I'm not sure if they had Mr. 45 points from last year.
I don't believe they do, but what they do have is they do have a fairly decent outside shooting team.
We'll see.
But I don't think it's going to be again. So what is your prediction in numbers? Just so if anybody wants to take this one to the bank.
Prediction in numbers. Final score. Rollins 87. Puerto Rico 80.
Oh. Listen, if you're going to take that to the bank, don't, because that's not even going to be close. You could shave off 30 points off of that for Puerto Rico. They don't have an offense.
Okay, what's your
and
final
you have
score?
A better defensive squad this year for Rollins than you had last year.
So it's recorded. What's your final score?
How many they scored tonight? 91. Coach K won't run it up. I'm going to say 83 to 51.
All right, we'll see about that.
I feel pretty confident about that one.
Well, our time's up. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you again after every Rollins game. Look for us. Let us know what you think. We really enjoy it. It's Rollins College post game. Rollins College post game.